Unmute me. And can you is my sound coming? Huh? Can you hear me? Ah, good. Huh? So don't speak. WhatsApp. No, WhatsApp. So where is Radha, ma'am? Ma'am, I'm admitting people inside. Yeah, please. Admit all. Hey, what's up? Any problem? हाँ, please. We're waiting. Yeah, mobile.
Good afternoon, teachers. I know you cannot uh, tell me good afternoon, but then I'm sorry, I was just trying to mute everybody. But yes, I hope all of you are super excited, and today's session is going to be amazing because we have 1 minute. Today we have two amazing speakers with us, and today's session, while so I'm the host, so I have to download the PPTs and download all the things with me in my system as well. And the session is going to be amazing. So all of you, please be all geared up, all excited. Have a book along with you where you can make quick notes and yes, please make quick notes. And just in case you see us talking, is because we are in the same office. So we're talking with the mute, with us on mute. But don't worry, once the session starts, I'm sure you all will be able to hear us. And Shubha ma'am says hi, good afternoon to everybody. Yeah. So quickly, we'll wait for another 2-3 minutes, and then we'll start off with the session. Thank you.
Hello, can you all hear me?
Radha, all set?
Yes, all set. Can you all hear me?
Yeah, I can, but why is the
Yes.
volume so low? I'm not able to hear.
Volume is low.
That's because you don't have earphones.
No, it's not because of that. Why is the volume low?
Is this clear?
1 minute, ma'am.
Yeah.
Your voice is clear, ma'am.
Yes. I'm loud enough.
Yes, yes, Radha, ma'am, you're loud enough. Good afternoon, teachers. So let's start our session. I hope all of you are very excited. So without taking a lot of time, I want to introduce you to the two speakers of today's session. First speaker for the session is Shubha Srinivas. She is 1 minute. So our first session is, the first speaker is Shubha ma'am. And she's been this one lady who's the most creative human being I have met till date. And, anytime there is anything, immediate instant ideas come to her head and instant implementations happen, and we see great results. And she's worked predominantly with K-12, where we have ideas for pre-primary that works brilliantly across schools. And we're very fortunate that we're having her do a read aloud session with us today. And our second speaker for the day is Radha ma'am. All I want is to go back to my childhood and have Radha ma'am as my teacher. All I want is go back to a childhood and have someone who can tell stories like Radha ma'am. She is Radha ma'am for me. Amazing, like anything, even when she's not telling a story, you still want to see her, you want to listen her. I mean, that is one very special quality, you can develop if you are a pre-primary teacher, and you will have no issues in your life. So today's session, both the speakers are going to blow my mind for sure. And I'm sure that by the end of the session, when we circulate the feedback forms, I'm sure I'm going to get that as a feedback from all of you as well. So without taking a lot of time, let me introduce you to let me give off the session to Shubha ma'am. Shubha ma'am.
Hi, everybody. So I'm all set to start the session now. Thanks, Pallavi. I don't know, you made it sound that this is going to be the ultimate session, but I disagree because, the benchmark was set yesterday, and Asma's standards and from the reviews that we have got, Asma did a great job yesterday. So I'm little skeptical whether we would be able to reach the same standards. But anyway, we'll try. I'm not a pre-primary teacher. I've never stepped into a pre-primary classroom. But when I was heading a school, I thought it's a good idea to begin to know what pre-primary really does. From there on, I got hooked. Then we created a good pre-primary curriculum, and we still continue to do that. We mentor our schools with pre-primary curriculum as well. And then when we have started this workshop session, I thought it's a good idea for me to step into something which is the simplest of all. Of all the workshop titles, this is the simplest because it is, read aloud. So I just need to read aloud. So it's going to be as simple as possible. And so nothing big, but yeah, look out for Radha. When she comes, she'll really blow your mind. Okay, I'm going to take you into a little more technical things, and I'm going to talk about something which is happening around the globe right now. But okay, let me start with my first slide. So I put this slide and I said reading is the magic key too. And I really want you all to start keying in and telling me what's the magic a reading can create. Hey, start putting your answers there. Right, let's begin. Let's talk over the chat box. So reading is the magic key to what? Shall we start keying in? Yeah, I'm waiting. Imagination, know about the world, enhance the imagination, yes. Mm-hmm. understanding, learning, fun, yeah, creativity, rightly so, increase vocabulary, hmm, yeah, learning new ideas, yes. I'm not mentioning the name, and I know everybody is looking at the chat and they know who is it. Yeah, yeah, come on. Travel around the world. Yeah, just by sitting here and reading a book, we know all about China. If it's all coming from a Chinese folk tale, we know China, we know Japan, we know we can travel across just by reading. Yeah, exploring. That's the right word. Yeah, we got all sets of words here. So that means this is the yes, we can predict. Okay, thank you so much. So pretty much you all have given what I wanted, that reading is really a magic key to everything that we can do in this world. Without reading, and I want you all to relate it to the present times, and I can see that today, sitting at home, we are reading and learning everything. So reading is the key to success for everything. And for our little ones, we have to begin reading as our first goal, developmental goal, right? In school and now offline. Okay, I'm going to move to the next slide and say, yes, we all know, we all are teaching in pre-primary. We all know children love story. So when you're going online to take a session with them, you got to keep the story thing going on. The story time actually should be the center stage, because when they are at home, they are not in a mood to study in something very complicated and syllabus like, but all they want to see their teachers telling them a lot of lovely stories. So what we can do as a teacher, we can read a story. Yeah, we can pick up a storybook and we can open the pages and actually read it out for them. We can have a storybook in hand and read it, or tell a story. So I have, that's why I split the whole session into two. That is, read a story with Subha and tell a story online with Radha. Two simple goals for this session. And why we are emphasizing on stories is because listening precedes reading. So the children, when you do this session with the children online, they are listening to your story, and that is the stepping stone to reading. We all of us want them to begin reading at some stage. So that means we have to make them start listening now. So let me once again reiterate that we will try and attempt to do two things, two strategies here with stories. A, read a story, that is read aloud, and B, tell a story, right? Okay, let's go to the next one. Now this read aloud has become a kind of a phenomenon now, because across the globe, when the pandemic is on, the celebrities have stepped in and have taken over the role of being a teacher, and they have been reading and doing reading sessions. So when you look at Michelle Obama, she's doing a great session every Monday. She's there reading the best of the book that is available for the kindergarten and the pre-primary children. Then you have in England even the royalties reading books for the commoners. So that means this has become a kind of read aloud has become the thing now during the pandemic time. So what we are going to do is, when we begin, or we have already begun the online classes for the kindergarten, for the pre-primary, we will make sure that every day, if not every day, every second day, there is a 10 to 15 minutes of read aloud. And it's actually becoming read along. That means you can pick up a book and read along. Okay, I'm going to just show you this what Michelle has been doing, and I'm going to share this video with you all. Pallavi, can we have the video going right now? So just everybody just listen to how Michelle is doing.
Can you stop sharing?
Just 1 minute, I guess. You're not able to hear.
Do we have the video on? Yep.
Michelle Obama, and welcome to Mondays with Me, a series of stories with PBS Kids and Penguin Random House. Today we're going to read one of my favorite books, The Very Hungry Caterpillar by Eric Carle. This is a book about a little caterpillar who munches his way through everything he sees, even the foods that might not be so good for him. In the light of the moon, a little egg lay on a leaf. One Sunday morning, the warm sun came up, and pop, out of the egg came a very teeny and very hungry caterpillar. He started to look for some food. On Monday, he ate through one apple. But he was still hungry. On Tuesday, he ate through 2 pears. But he was still hungry. On Wednesday, he ate through 3 plums. But he was still hungry. On Thursday, he ate through 4 strawberries. But he was still hungry. On Friday, he ate through 5 oranges. But he was still hungry. On Saturday, he ate through one piece of chocolate cake, one ice cream cone, one pickle, one slice of Swiss cheese, one slice of salami, one lollipop, one piece of cherry pie, one sausage, one cupcake, and one slice of watermelon. That night, he had a tummy ache. The next day was Sunday again. And the caterpillar ate through one nice green leaf. And after that, he felt much better. Now he wasn't hungry anymore, and he wasn't a little caterpillar anymore. He was a big, fat caterpillar. He built a small house called a cocoon around himself. He stayed inside for more than 2 weeks. Then he nibbled a hole in the cocoon, pushed his way out, and he was a beautiful butterfly. The end. I hope you enjoyed that book. That was one of my favorites. I used to read that book to my little girls every night before they went to bed. So I hope you enjoyed it.
So you all could see that how Michelle has been doing what she's doing right now. And this is amazing in a sense. We all can see that she had the right expression. She had the camera right in front of her. She was holding the book the right way, and she was actually holding and showing the picture as well. She was reading. So and the titles were coming. This is what I want you all to attempt. That is, try to be Michelle yourself. I think we can all do, or maybe some of you can outdo her as well. I'll just go into a little more, uh, technical things that why we should be doing this read aloud. Because A, it models reading. It creates a bond between teacher, that is adult, and the child. You could see the moment Michelle is reading, she's an adult. And, the kids are like, they're looking at her and listening to her. So there's a beautiful bond getting established. Of course, through reading, we want them to get hooked to books. Before they start reading, they need to love the book. So this read aloud session will help them to fall in love with books. And of course, reading or books become the first step towards getting into a formal schooling, right? And yeah, somebody had said reading fosters imagination in my first slide itself. Obviously, here you can actually start asking questions and make them think more. And there is an active and reactive participation. Like there's the adult who is speaking on the video, and the children there can have their sounds made, and they can actually participate. So reading aloud can be fun. How can we get started? Yeah, this is important because I want all the pre-primary teachers to do read aloud session. So first of all, you have to select appropriate book for your class. Now, what book you're selecting can be something which is going with the theme that you have picked up for the week or the month, or it can be something just for fun picked up randomly, or you can do by author. Like you have said, this week we'll only do the books written by A, B, C. And when you're doing this read aloud, you have to find yourself that you're doing nobody's hearing me. I can't believe it. Voice is low. I think it's something to do with the device there, but then we'll continue the session. Maybe when Radha pitches in, we'll have the audio fixed. So you need to have the place fixed. I'm doing it from my office. That's not a great place to do or read aloud. What you need to find is you make a place where there are lots of, maybe you should sit on a mat or on a nice mattress with lots of cushions thrown around, so that it all looks as if you're ready to sleep with the book, right? Then of course, when you're reading, you have to show open. If you open it like this, the kids are not going to see it. You got to open it like this so that the kids are able to see it properly, right? And of course, the most difficult part is to read the story with the voice inflection, the way Michelle did it, and the way Radha is going to do. I'm not trained for that, so I wouldn't be able to attempt that at all. Let me be very frank with you. And of course, you need to make some conversation with your kids, those 10, 15 kids who are on Zoom with you. When you read the story, in between, you need to ask them some small questions, simple things which they can see and answer. Like you can ask, what do you think this animal is? So the kid make answer back saying, and you can point out that so and so should answer. So they will answer that it's a butterfly. So something like that. This is how you should get started with them. And of course, it's very important that you get them talking as well. You are doing a read aloud for 10 minutes. Don't do it more than 10 minutes because the kids are not going to be there on Zoom sitting still with you for more than 10 minutes. But yes, remember to do some talking, like, asking them in between. These are the strategies that you will use. Like you'll ask them, what do you see in the picture? What do you think he's doing? So you make them predict also. What do you think will happen next? How can you make the sound of, like, if there is a cat in the picture, you can ask them to do that. And did you enjoy the reading along with me? That can be your finale question. But remember, you got to do some talking as well. uh, I'm actually coming close to handing it over to Radha, but before that I want to tell you, where can you find great read alouds? In the present times, YouTube is your best friend. YouTube has got, I can, zillions of good stories, both Indian and foreign stories, and you should mix match both. There are some sites like Wooks, which have got some lovely stories, and I'm going to show you one right away because I'm a great fan of Wook, and I'm actually trying to, you know, uh, so this is the site. I'm going to show you the site to all of you. This is books.com. And I think everybody is getting a free subscription. Teachers note this because you all should take in with your school registration. You can do the registration. And this has got a little different, style of stories. This has got animated stories and they're lovely stories. And let me take a story here right away with you all. And I'm going to, sorry. Yes, I guess this. Okay, let's try this. Where are you? If this can come. We have been timed out, unfortunately. So teachers can make note of this site, that is books.com. This has got amazing animated stories just meant for pre-primary kids, and I think that will do the trick. So you can even pick up books from your library, which I'm sure your class libraries and the school library have got the right kind of books. Take them out and share with your children daily, or every second day. And what best, if you're so creative, you can make your own stories, right? Now, when I'm saying make your own stories, I'm also trying to tell you that you can attempt, and many of the pre-primary teachers are already doing, that you can attempt to become a YouTuber yourself. You can actually make or take any story and make movies out of it and do it. I'm sure technically you all are there, and you can actually start working on that. There are so many tutorial videos available on YouTube from where you can make movies. You can just scan or click images of the book pages, take it onto your iPhone or Android device, and use iMovies or Movie Maker and show it to the kids, or just take it on a PPT, just like I'm using a screen share. You can make a screen share with your kids and you can show the story. I'll stop now and I'll ask Radha to step in because that's the fun part where she will do a live story and see how we can do it online with Radha. Over to you, Radha. You're my
Good
favorite
afternoon.
story queen. Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes,
Am I
ma'am.
clear? I'm
Yes,
loud and
yes,
clear.
yes,
Okay.
yes, ma'am.
So there are two ways in which I think teachers can tell stories to children. I think the first way is to record and relay. The other would be to do it live. And whatever way it is, the position of the camera is very important. I see that many people put a camera like this and talk. Some people do it this way. So the face and a little bit of the body at least have to be seen. The hands have to be clear so that whatever gestures the teacher is making, the children should be able to see the gestures and the facial expression. The other thing is feel free, feel just happy talking to children. Just as you tell your own kids, you tell your students or your children at home, there should be a joy in you when you tell a story, and the expressions are very important. uh, the words have to be very simple. You can't use big words unless if it is something that is very necessary, something that you're introducing in that particular story. Then explain what that word means and then use the word, right? So am I loud and clear? Can I start a story now? Can you all hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So
Can you
shall
be
I?
a little loud, ma'am?
I am as loud as I can. Is this better?
Yes,
This is better?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So I will tell you all the story of Goldilocks and the three bears. I'm choosing this because there's a lot of voice modulation in the story. And I think generally I would prefer to use both my hands. But because this is a mic that I need to use a little closer to my mouth, I'll be using one hand. And wherever I have to, I'll be using both hands. Long, long ago, near a forest was a village. In that village lived a little girl named Goldilocks. One day, Goldilocks went into the jungle, into the forest, and she didn't know how to go back home. She was hungry, she was thirsty, she was tired. She said, I want to go home. And she cried and she sat there and she said, if I sit here like this, I don't think I'll ever be able to go home. So let me search again. So Goldilocks walked again. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. She walked and she was tired. And again, when she looked around, she found a cottage. She said, let me see who lives in that cottage. Maybe I can get some water and food there. So she walked again to the tiny cottage. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. The door was closed. She knocked on the door. No one opened the door. She could not wait. She had to go in because she was really hungry. She opened the door a little, creak, and she peeped inside. Hello? Anyone there? Hello? I'm Goldilocks. I'm hungry and thirsty. I'm lost. Please help me. She didn't find anyone there. She said, let me go in. I just can't wait anymore. She walked in, tick tock, and she saw a table. A nice big table with three bowls on it. A big bowl, a medium bowl, and a small bowl. And what was in the bowl? Porridge. She found porridge in the bowl. Do you know whose house it was? It was the house of the three bears. Papa Bear, Mama Bear, and Baby Bear. Goldilocks said, "Let me eat quickly now." She didn't find anybody and she said, "Okay, let me eat." She touched the bowl, which was big, and it was too hot. She touched the bowl, which was medium in size, and it was not fine. But the bowl that was the smallest one was so nice. "This is just right for me," she said. And she drank up all the porridge. Slurp, slurp. She drank up all the porridge. Then she said, "I need to sit." There were three chairs: a big chair, a medium chair, and a small chair. Goldilocks tried to sit on the big chair. "This is not right for me." She tried to sit on the medium chair. "This is not right too." She sat on the baby chair and she said, "This is just right for me." And she was swinging and swinging. She was so happy. She fell because the chair broke. She said, "Oh, let's see. Oh, whoever it is, I broke it. I'm sorry for them." Then she said, "Oh, I'm so sleepy. I'll just go and sleep now." She searched around and she found the bedroom. She went slowly into the bedroom. She thought maybe someone's sleeping in there. There was no one there too. So Goldilocks went to the big bed. She says, "This is too hard for me." She went to the medium sized bed and she says, "This is too soft for me." But she saw the baby bed and she said, "Oh, this is just right for me." And she went and slept on the bed. Just then, the three bears who went for a walk into the forest came back home. They found the door open. "Who came into our home?" Mama Bear said. "I don't know. Let us see who it is," Papa Bear said. "Mama, who do you think it is?" Baby Bear said. "I don't know. Let's see. But let us just go carefully." They went in carefully. They didn't find anyone. They saw the table. Papa Bear said, "Someone touched my porridge." Mama Bear said, "Someone touched my porridge too." Baby Bear started crying. "What happened, Baby Bear?" Mama Bear said. "Someone ate up all my porridge." Mama Bear said, "Don't cry, don't cry. Come here, my dear, come. We'll just sit down for some time. It's so intriguing. It's so, I don't know, who could it be?" So the three thought, "Let us go and sit." Papa Bear said, "Someone touched my chair." Mama Bear said, "Someone touched my chair too. Who could it be?" Baby Bear started crying again. "What happened, Baby Bear?" "Someone broke my chair." Don't cry. Come, I'll put you to sleep," Mama Bear said. And they all went into the bedroom. Papa Bear said, "Someone touched my bed." Mama Bear said, "Someone touched my bed too." And Baby Bear saw Goldilocks. "Mama, Papa, come here, come here. Look at this." And guess what they saw? They saw Goldilocks sleeping on Baby Bear's bed. Mama and Papa said, "Shh, this child will wake up. Who is she? Why did she come here?" And Papa Bear says, "I don't know who she is, but how did she come here? She should be staying in the village. Maybe she got lost." And Goldilocks heard all this and she got up. In the story, generally they say that Goldilocks got up, she got scared, and she jumped out of the window. I found that story not so good for children these days because, one, you are concluding that the girl ran out of a place that she used up without thanking the people because she was too scared. Secondly, you're showing that she's again lost in the woods. Did she reach home? I used to have a doubt as a kid. Did Goldilocks go back home at all? Because they show that she jumped out of the window because she was too scared. So I changed it. When I was a teacher telling stories to children, I said, I will change it. I told my babies that Goldilocks wakes up and she's so scared. Mama Bear hugs her, and baby bear holds her hand and says, Who are you? And she says, Who she is. And they say, We know where the village is. And they take her home and they stay friends forever. So they go visit her and she keeps coming here too. So sometimes I feel there are some stories that you can change, even in a story like Rumpelstiltskin, where at the end of the whole story, they show that the miller's daughter uses the services of Rumpelstiltskin all the time. And at the end, she doesn't give him anything and he rubs his nose to the wall and he vanishes. Instead, I changed the story as how she becomes a friend of Rumpelstiltskin. And Rumpelstiltskin says, I shall come forever and keep teaching your child all the magic tricks that I learned. So it is nice to change stories to show that the world is beautiful, that everyone loves each other. That's it. Thank you.
That was wonderful. Radha, I want
Yes.
you to be with us and tell. You can ask one of the participants if they would like to attempt a short
Yeah.
storytelling, just like you
Yeah.
did. We'll unmute that person. They can actually put it on the chat who would volunteer to do, and then we can all see for ourselves that how nicely we all are doing, right?
Sure.
So any volunteer putting on chat that they would like to attempt telling a story or retelling the story, whichever way. Yeah, somebody, any teacher can take a go. Anybody?
So teachers, if you want to participate, please write your name because you cannot unmute yourself. I will do that. If you write your name, we can pick your name from there.
Any volunteer?
Maybe
Simranjeet.
telling, there's someone there?
Simranjeet.
Good, good, good.
Yeah, there is. So Simran, we're going to put the spotlight on you. Hold your device and go for it. Yeah. Is she ready? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Go for it. You want to tell a story? Or you want to read a story out?
Let's pick someone. Can you just write your name instead of raising hands? Can you just write your name in the chat box? Shashi.
Okay. Shashi? Yeah, she's here. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm a grandmother of 4-year-old chirpy bird. and I call her my Chippy Chip Chip. So I was with her for 4 5 months, and every night I had to be full of stories. So I used to create my own stories and tell her. And of course, this hungry caterpillar, of course, is one of her favorites. And one day I told her a story, and of course, I used to ensure there's some value also in it. Like a little fat piggy, he had to go to school, and he didn't want to wake up. I want to sleep. So Mama said, no, 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 come, let's go. We're going to make new friends. There'll be a rabbit, and there'll be a little puppy also, and a kitten also. They're also coming to school. So we'll all go. So the piggy was taken to school. Now, this piggy was a very, very naughty one. He pushed the puppy. Ouch! Puppy went to the teacher crying. He pushed me. I'm hurt. Oh no. So she said, okay, come. Then next time the piggy went to the kitten and pulled her ear. Oh yeah. She went meow, 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 and she went meow, meow, meow. So the teacher was very upset. So now these little babies decided they're not going to talk to Piggy. So they started playing together. So they were singing Ring a ring a roses, pocket full of posies. Wish up, wish up, all fall down. Piggy also wanted to play, so he went to them. Can I please play with you? No, said the prince. You are not good to us. We don't want to play with you. Please go away. So Piggy went to the teacher. Teacher, teacher, but I want to play with them. So teacher said, dear, you have to be good to them. You can't push them. You can't pull their ears. Okay, teacher, I promise you I'll be very good to them. So teacher said, okay. And she took him back and she said, come, we'll all play together. Piggy's promised me he'll be very good. So they all played together and they all sang Ring a Ring a Roses. And that's how the story used to end.
Thank you so much. Radha ma'am, what do you have to say?
I'm a retired headmistress too, working
Oh,
as a coordinator planning cell with Akal Academy.
oh, wonderful.
Excellent, excellent. Good voice modulation and expression. Excellent. And
Thank you.
I think grannies are the best storytellers.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Any day.
That's the challenge for young teachers. That
Yes.
is it grannies who are the best, or can we do better?
Any day.
Yes.
Come on,
Thank you.
young teacher, any young teacher volunteering. Sunita, can you have the spotlight on her? Sunita, are you ready?
So, teachers, this is a place where you nominate yourself for sharing a story, not introducing. Manpreet Kaur, do you want to share a story?
Manpreet.
Sunita is ready.
Okay. Welcome, Sunita.
Hello, ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone.
Ah, hi,
Hope
Sunita.
I'm audible.
Yes.
Yes. So now I'm reading the story Little Red Riding Hood. Yeah, I'll start the story. Once upon a time, a little girl lived with her parents in a small village near a forest. The little girl would always wear a red hood that her mother had made for her. So everyone started calling her Red Riding Hood. Red Riding Hood's father was a woodcutter. One morning, Red Riding Hood's mother said, "Your grandmother is not well. Red Riding Hood, I want you to go and see her." Her mother packed some homemade cookies and fruits in a basket, and Little Red Riding Hood started for her grandmother's house. It's deep inside the forest. On the way, the wicked wolf saw her. "Where are you going, Riding Hood?" he asked. Red Riding Hood told him everything. The cunning wolf ran fast and reached the grandmother's place. He ate up the old woman and put on her gown, cap, and spectacles, pulling the covers over himself. The wolf got into the grandmother's bed. Then he waited silently. The little girl, the little girl must be coming, thought the wicked wolf, looking at the door. "It is difficult to eat her in the forest since there are woodcutters around. Here I can make a feast of her. I can't wait." After some time, Red Riding Hood knocked on the door. "Tuck, tuck, 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 tuck. Who is it?" the wolf called out. "You're Red Riding Hood, Grandma. But what happened to your voice?" asked the little girl. "Oh, nothing, dear," said the wolf. "I'm not well." Red Riding Hood saw the door was not locked. She slowly pushed it open and went in. The wolf pulled the covers over his nose and said softly, "Come on to me, my child." When Riding Hood went close, she couldn't recognize her grandmother. "Grandma, what big eyes you have!" Red Riding Hood exclaimed. "All the better to see you with, my dear," said the wolf. "What big ears you have, Grandma," said the little girl again. "All the better to hear you with, my dear," croaked the wolf. "What big teeth you have, Grandma," said Red Riding Hood again. "All the better to eat you with, my dear," said the wolf. As he sprang out of the bed, the little girl screamed, "Ah!" and ran out of the house. The wolf started chasing her. Red Riding Hood ran fast, fast, and fast. Meanwhile, her father was coming the way looking for her. He saw the wicked wolf chasing his little daughter. He flung his sharp axe at the wolf, killing the wicked fellow instantly. "Eh!" cried the wolf. The big belly was cut open, and the old grandmother popped out of the wolf's belly. Red Riding Hood was overjoyed. The woodcutter was relieved to see both of them safe. They walked home happily. Thank you.
So much, Sunita. You're looking Red Riding Hood yourself.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
That was amazing, Sunita ma'am. Very good voice modulation. We loved hearing you. Can
Thank you, ma'am.
do anyone else who would want to volunteer? We just have just spot for one more volunteer to do a read aloud, and then we can go ahead and close the session. So anybody? Let's see if anybody wants to go ahead and volunteer. I know personally teachers over here. All of you do amazing stuff in classroom. Just we don't want to name them right now. Want them to come up themselves and do read
Can
aloud.
you please nominate yourselves?
Roop. Yes, let's let's get ready for Roop ma'am. Roop ma'am, are you ready?
Hello.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Go
Uh,
ahead, ma'am. You can read
yes.
do the read aloud.
Yeah. I'm doing one story which our HM ma'am have done. So I'm going to tell that. Okay. Okay. So there was an owl, one baby owl, and one mother owl. Okay. So both were sleeping at the night. Okay. But before going to bed, the baby owl was asking to her mother, Mama, please tell me how much you love me. How much? Please tell me before going to the bed. Then Mama told, Baby, I love you so much. I can't explain you how much I can love you. The baby said, No, 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 tell me right now how much you love me. One, two, three, four, how much? Count and tell me how much you love me. Mama said, I will tell you tomorrow, okay? No, 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 right now tell me. I will tell you in the morning, child. You go and sleep, okay? They both were sleeping. Then after, sorry, in the night, sorry, the owls are sleeping in the morning, sorry. So in the morning, then the owl was asking, sorry, in the night, sorry. The owl was asking, Mama, now tell me, how much you love me? Then the mama told, Okay, let me tell you how much I love you. First, go and do one task. What I have to do? Go and at the night, you have to count all the stars. If you can count the stars, you can get how much I love you. Okay, Mama, I can do it very easily. At the night, the owl go and he tries to count the stars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh my God, so much stars. I confused. Oh my God, I can't count these. So many stars are there. Oh, I have to tell it to Mama. Then the owl went to the Mama. Mama, please tell me, how can I count the stars? I can't count all the stars. Then Mama told, Okay, no problem. You can do one more thing. You can go in the sea and you can count the fishes. Okay, I can do it. Then the baby owl went into the sea. Okay, deep, deep, and deep, and deep, and deep, and deep. And the baby owl saw many fishes. Oh, wow, very beautiful. Now let's count the fishes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my God, I can't breathe. Oh my God, now again I can't count. Then the baby owl comes up. And then a baby owl understood that we can't count the love of mama or papa or anyone's. Now the baby owl went to mama and said, Mama, I know now how much you love me. I love you, Mama. Thank you. Your love is uncountable. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Can I
you.
have the
If
sound
you
off?
want to give any suggestions, please give.
Definitely, definitely, ma'am.
Thank you.
I think Radha ma'am is the best person to give suggestion.
Yeah.
Radha, are you there? Yeah. So all I can say is
Yes.
there is two aspects to it. A, when we are going live, how are we keeping the camera? What's the distance from the camera? What's the ideal position so that we are seen in a way that it is like you have your hands also free. You can do things around. The best thing is to fix your camera on a stand. So if you want to actually do a read aloud or tell a story, have your cameras fixed. Don't hold
Exactly.
it. So even your phone, just have a stand on which the camera or the phone can be fixed. I think that's the best thing. Second thing is there are two aspects to it here. When you say read aloud, you need to have a book. Yeah. So we are actually showing and also reading it, right? You can even pre-record it. But when you say tell a story, you can do the way Radha did and you people did it, right? So you guys, you are there. You're, what ma'am was there? That grandmother ma'am, Shashi Lamba ma'am. She's like she's a pro. Any kid would fall in love. Same as with this young girl who did it. You did it with the voice, which is so beautiful. Sunita, the Red Riding Hood. My God, a big story, but read very well. But Sunita, you could have add the pictures as well. You could have held the book as well, right? So these are ways, and I'm sure the moment you start doing it regularly, every time, each time you will be improving, right? And I'm very sure you all will be putting up your YouTube videos the moment you start doing it well, and we all will be subscribing and watching you all teachers. I bet it. One idea that I want to give in the end is don't do the read alouds every time yourself. From your class, ask for the parent, that is the mother or the father, to volunteer. So do this resource parenting kind of a thing where you ask them to be a volunteer for the day and do the read aloud for other kids. This will help the children to feel as if their parents are also part of the whole community, right? So I'm sure you all are getting there. Read aloud is fun. Go ahead and shine. Thank you so much for being with us. Tomorrow we will do the art session with Rafat, and art session with Rafat, which is again going to be fun because Rafat runs a YouTube channel herself. So she'll be there to share the art ideas with you all. Over to Pallavi to wind up. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Shubha ma'am. Thank you so much, Radha ma'am. I'm sure we've learned a lot of things today. One, like primarily that stories are nothing without the voice modulation. You're doing a read aloud or you're telling a story until and unless you've not making that voice, bringing that voice alive of the character. I think the read aloud is just reading anything. So I'm sure I've learned a lot today from this session. And I'm sure that all of you have also got a lot of tips to go about with your story sessions. So, all the best. And teachers, I've been dropping a feedback link to your the chat box as well as to your principals. So please, can you see that you're filling out the feedback link? It will help us to work around with the class. Thank you so much.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.